Shocking animal attacks we never saw coming. Part 2.
If you are brand new to our channel, we invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Just click on the lit red button as well as the gray bell. Why the bell? Well, it will let you know every time we post a new video.
9. Offered Drury, crocodile attack. Offered Drury is a wildlife conservationist that has received many awards for his work. Drury was relaxing during a canoe ride on the Oma River in Ethiopia. He was minding his own business and watching baboons when a crocodile stormed at his canoe. The croc opened its jaws and sunk its teeth into his leg. The animal tightened its jaws and dragged the award-winning conservationist into deeper waters. Luckily, Drury was able to release his leg and get himself out of the water. Drury managed to survive this attack, but he wasn't able to save a part of his calf which was bleeding at a fatal rate. Drury returned to his canoe and searched for anyone he could find. After 2 days, he finally located nearby tribesmen who guided him to the nearest hospital. Drury suffered some infections to his wound, but thankfully he was treated back to full health. 10. Eric Nurhus, shark attack. Australian diver Eric Nurhus was enjoying himself with his son and friends on a boat ride off Cape Hope. The group planned to dive for some shellfish, but Eric would catch something else instead. When Nurhus was underwater searching for shellfish, he was met by a colossal shark. Eric tried to swim away, but in his fortune, the shark luckily bit down on his vest, which saved his life. The shark proceeded to take another jump as Eric was later swallowed headfirst as he repeatedly hit the shark in the head, struggling to free himself. Nurhus continued to fight for his life as there was a pool of blood surrounding him. As he continued to struggle, he was pulled aboard the ship and saved by his son. Eric was rescued and shipped to the hospital, where he was given medical care for a broken nose and his many open cuts. 11. Stephen Miller, grizzly attack. In 2008, there was a 5-year-old grizzly bear named Rocky. Rocky was a highly intelligent bear as he was greatly trained by Randy Miller. The grizzly had appeared in multiple movies and TV shows including Semi-Pro starring Will Ferrell, where this beast would appear at a basketball game at halftime show. Rocky's biggest talent was his ability to playfully wrestle with his skilled handlers. One sad day, Rocky had been introduced to Miller's cousin, but their encounter would not go as planned. Rocky bit Miller's cousin in the neck, killing him instantly. It happened so fast, Randy said. It had taken a few seconds to get the bear off, but unfortunately Stephen was gone, and it was too late. 12. Frank Harms, Black Panther attack. In 2010, Frank Harms had decided to walk his dog near his home in Greenbrier Cove, Alabama. It was a normal day for Harms, and he was having a splendid time until he heard something moving behind him. As Frank turned around, he quickly noticed an intimidating, fierce Black Panther. Harms' first response was to try and scare the animal away, although this didn't work as the animal attacked. The panther clawed his leg, ripping his pants off. The panther continued his attack as Harms' dog just stood there and watched. Harms luckily had a knife on him, and he stabbed the beast twice, causing it to run away. After the attack, Harms notified the police of what had happened. The panther was never found, and Frank underwent a series of rabies shots due to the attack. 13. Ben Nyamb, python attack. A Nigerian farmer named Ben Nyamb was casually working on his field like he usually did until he encountered a 13-foot beast. Nyamb didn't have time to react as the python wrapped around his body and began to constrict. Nyamb bit and tried effortlessly to save himself as he strangled the snake using his shirt to prevent the python from devouring him. Fortunately, he was able to reach his phone from his pocket and contacted the authorities. The police arrived as quickly as they could, but as they arrived they didn't shoot the snake in fear of harming the victim. Instead, their plan was to tie a rope connected to the snake, and then try pulling the serpent off of him. Niamh was incredibly lucky as he managed to defend himself from the python for an intense 3-hour fight right before the cops came. 14. Andrew Oberl, chimpanzee attack. Andrew Oberl, who was 26 at the time, was carelessly standing in a restricted area when he was jumped by 2 male chimpanzees. Andrew was studying the behavior of chimps at the Goodall Institute in South Africa. The 2 chimps grabbed and dragged Oberl for half a mile as he struggled to free himself. After the incident, he fell into a coma, undergoing a surgery to save his life. Andrew's parents were left traumatized, but are in relief as their son survived this horrifying beating. Oberl had to go through multiple surgeries to repair the damages to his body. Tragically, he had lost his hand from the attack, and to this day, Andrew now possesses a new bionic hand. 15. Diana Tilden Davis, hippopotamus attack. The former Miss South Africa winner was a beautiful lady who had won many different pageants in her time. However, on one vacation, she was canoeing in the Okavango swamp with her boyfriend, where she accidentally bumped into a hippo. At the time, the hippos in this area had been hit by a severe food drought which led these animals to act very aggressively. The hippopotamus did not act kindly as it nearly bit her entire leg off. The monster had sunk its razor-sharp teeth directly into her bone. Hippos are known to attack when they sense their territory is being intruded upon. Luckily, the pageant winner was able to survive this incident, although she was still walking on crutches 2 years following the brawl.